for her. I'm glad she did it. I think it's awesome it was on abandonment because that was the truth. She was abandoned. We were all.
They were the pair who once smiled for family photos, the ones who vowed to create a plural life based on faith and harmony. But behind the staged scenes of sister wives, there was tragedy. What if we told you that behind the camera lens, Christine Brown was screaming silently, that under Kody's assured gaze lay a man gradually losing hold, not only of his household, but of the identity he constructed his name upon. That is the narrative of the way Christine Brown left behind 4 decades of dedication, and the way Kody's dream dissolved. Not with a struggle, but with silence. The kitchen was silent, too silent. For Christine Brown, the silence wasn't tranquility. It was loneliness that reverberated in each corner of the home. A home she had fantasized would ring out with laughter, children's footsteps, and experiences of motherhood that could be shared. But for years, now those fantasies had begun to die, bit by bit. Moment by moment, Christine was always the positive one, the one who smiled, who kept things in perspective when there was tension between the other wives. She cooked for the whole family, took care of her children, made the house friendly. But along the way, she felt invisible. Her spiritual husband, Kody, did not gaze at her in the same way that he used to. His eyes were constantly elsewhere. The conversations turned stilted, mechanical. Touches evaporated. Help became elective, and love. It was a memory in her rearview mirror, Christine attempted. Oh, she tried. She studied marriage books. She remained silent in fights, not wanting to trigger. She smiled through episodes even when her heart was breaking. But nothing improved, and gradually she came to realize something hurtful. She was no longer included in Kody's plan. Kody Brown was not always this way. He was intense, passionate, and fixated on creating something larger than himself, a plural family outside the norm. He wrote of wanting partnership, faith, community, and Christine believed him, as did they all. But when Robin appeared, things changed. Kody became obsessed. His words remained exalted, his ideals lofty, but his behavior diverged. Christine sensed it. The communal meals grew infrequent. Family matters started to be made without consulting her. Her voice was muted. The man who had promised her forever now provided her with indifference. She recalled one evening, lying on the ceiling, Kody in Robin's house, not having seen her in days. She questioned, is this what love is all about? Is this what spiritual marriage was meant to be? But Christine was not weak. She was exhausted. Yes, crushed, absolutely. But within her was a flame waiting to be ignited. Years of silence had built into pressure. And eventually, the dam broke. It wasn't a dramatic fight, no screaming, no plates thrown, just a quiet conversation in the yard, Kody leaning against the fence, Christine standing tall. I'm not happy, she said. He looked confused, disarmed. You're overreacting. No, she replied calmly. I've just finally started listening to myself. That day, she packed not just her things, but her dignity, her worth, and most importantly, her freedom. The announcement sent shockwaves. Fans were stunned, a brown wife leaving. On her own terms, Christine didn't just leave a man. She left a system, one that told her to wait, be patient, be silent. One that reminded her she wasn't enough unless she served others first. And Kody, he did not handle it well. He initially refused to believe it was occurring. Then the anger, the public ultimatums, the flippant interviews. But inside, Kody knew he had lost Christine way before she left. He had disregarded the tears. He had silenced her voice. And now, she was gone. And with her, a piece of the ground he held on to so desperately. Christine didn't disappear after the break. Up, she flourished. The world noticed a woman reborn. Her smile was no longer acting. It was genuine. Her house rang out with serenity, not stress. Her kids, her daughters in particular, watched their mother stand up, and they stood taller as a result. She started crafting a new life, painstakingly. A life where she wasn't an afterthought, where she got to decide how her story went. And the public, they stood behind her. Because in Christine, they saw themselves. The overgivers, the ones who lingered too long, who pleaded for crumbs when they deserved the whole cake. But what about Kody? He sat in his one-time busy house, now filled with emptiness. Robin was still present, but even she could not replace Christine. The public started questioning his leadership, his motives. The cracks became too apparent to hide. Every interview Kody conducted seemed more defensive, more desperate. He accused Christine of giving up. But viewers knew otherwise. She never gave up. She just chose herself, and that scared him. In the background, sources gossiped about regrets, that Kody missed Christine's laughter, her grounding presence, her devotion.